Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's episode we're going to continue our journey looking at the 70s Datsuns with the Datsun Bluebird. Welcome back, and if you're new to Quarterlight, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars and car brochures, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode. We've been looking at Datsuns in the UK over the last couple of episodes, and I think we'll continue with this series. It seems quite popular, and I'm certainly quite interested in these older 70s Japanese cars. Today though, we're going to be looking at the Datsun Bluebird. Lots of different variations of Bluebird over the years, but let's start with this 72 brochure and see how they looked back then. And here we go, look at that. Can't be too many 1972 Nissan, or should I say Datsun Bluebirds around today. And I've mentioned this in a previous episode, still using these terrible wheel trims, but other than that, quite a stylish, nice car, and you can understand why people bought these in the 70s really, particularly later on in the 70s. You know, you're fed up of your Morris Marino always breaking down and the build quality being terrible. This was your answer really, wasn't it? Anyway, let's have a look at some of the text and learn a bit more about it. So Bluebirds, the 160B, the 180B and the 180B Triple S Coupe, the sort of sporty one, must be rare today. Mastering engineering, exciting power, precise control. It goes on to tell us, we have already said, you will be seeing a lot of Bluebirds around this summer. In fact, more than 1,500,000 original Bluebirds have been sold in 120 countries. The new Bluebirds are not only more powerful and better designed than before, they also set new standards in motoring safety. So it goes on to tell us about the sort of smaller engined, lower spec one, the Datsun Bluebird 160B SGXL. So that's a 1595cc 100 bhp engine, power assisted brakes, discs at front, drums at rear of course, standard equipment, fully upholstered with vinyl cloth, single lever on steering column controls, headlight, flasher, headlights, self-cancelling turn indicators, steering lock, breakaway rear view mirror, 2 sun visors, 2-speed anti-lift self-parking wipers, carpet, full floor heater and ventilation, centre console, glove compartment, parcel shelf, padded armrests on doors, coin tray, ashtrays 3, windscreen washers, ashtray lamp front, reversing lights, cigarette lighter lamp, hazard flashers, boot light, tinted safety glass on all windows and doors. Instruments, we've got speedometer with odometer and trip meter, fuel gauge, water temperature gauge, clock, oil pressure warning lamp, turn signal indicators, main beam warning lamp, handbrake warning lamp, lockable fuel filler flap, outside rear view mirror. So, you know, it doesn't sound much today, but quite a bit of equipment for what it was. It then goes on to tell us about the body, 4-door saloon, 4 or 5-seater with adjustable reclining bucket seats in front and bench seat in rear, all steel unitary body construction with crushable zones to front and rear. Then we've got this, the larger engine one, the Datsun Bluebird 180B SGXLS 1770cc 4-cylinder engine, 105 bhp now. So standard equipment for that, fully upholstered with vinyl cloth, dual 2-speed anti-lift self-parking windscreen wipers, room lamp, single lever on steering column control passing lights, a headlight, self-cancelling turn signal lamps, 2 sun visors ashtrays in front, illuminated, and rear, illuminated cigarette lighter, console box, reversing lights, full floor heater and ventilation, windscreen washer, tinted safety glass on all windows and doors, seatbelt anchorages, glove compartments, boot light, parking light, passing light, license plate lamp, four-way flasher, breakaway rear view mirror, wheel covers, push button radio, electrically heated rear windows and headrests, instruments, speedometer and odometer and trip meter, fuel gauge, water temperature gauge, oil pressure warning lamp, main beam warning light and turn signal indicator lamps. And that as well is a four door saloon, 4 or 5 seater with adjustable reclining bucket seats. We've got this rare creature, the Datsun Bluebird 180B SSS coupe. Same size engine, denoted by the 180B, the 770cc 4-cylinder, but this time it's producing 115 bhp by the looks of it. Standard equipment, similar sort of thing really. Let's just have a look. Full upholstery with vinyl cloth, dual self-parking windscreen wipers, room lamp, single lever on steering column controls, headlights, self-cancelling turn signal lamps, 2 sun visors, ashtrays for front and rear, cigarette lighter, floor carpet, trunk room mats, full floor ventilator, windscreen washer, tinted safety glass on all windows and doors, seatbelt anchorages, Bosch type horn, glove compartment, reversing light, headlamp, flasher, license plate lamp, four-way flashers, side reflectors, trunk room lamp, breakaway anti-dazzle rear view mirror, package tray, centre console box, wheel covers, electrically heated rear window, full floor heater, push button radio, headrests, outside rear view mirror, instruments, speedometer with odometer and trip meter, fuel gauge, water temperature gauge, oil pressure indicator, main beam warning lamp, turn signal indicator lamps, tachometer, green glow knob, light and wiper switch and a clock. And that's a 2-door 4 or 5 seater. And then if we move to our later brochure, and yeah, it's a tiny little brochure, and this is later in the 70s. Yeah, we still got Bluebirds, so let's have a look at that. In fact, before we get to the Bluebirds, there is this in this brochure, which wasn't in the older brochure. The Datsun Violet, a very much forgotten Datsun, I think. But I do love the styling, like I do on so many of these 70s Japanese cars. Fantastic styling, very much the forgotten Datsun, I think. I do remember a few of them running around, actually, the Violet, but must be a very rare car today. But let's continue with the Bluebirds. Here we go, the sort of later Bluebirds. Not that dissimilar to the previous one we looked at, to be honest with you, but certainly some changes to that front end. We've still got them terrible wheel trims, exactly the same on this newer version though. Now, one of the things about the Violet that we looked at before, the thing of having that Violet in there between the Sunny and the Bluebird, in some ways that allowed the Bluebird to become a larger and larger vehicle. So let's just zoom in on the text for these particular Bluebirds. So here we go, the Datsun Bluebird saloons, like before, 160B, 180B, medium, large 4-door saloons offering very good performance from modern overhead camshaft engine with excellent economy. Well equipped interior comfortably accommodates 4 adults. Excellent ride and handling from fully independent suspension. Safety, designed and very reliable, and I think the key there is very reliable. Tempt some of those UK buyers to a more reliable vehicle, break into the UK and, end UK production of cars. Also available a Bluebird 180B Triple S, like before, high performance sporting coupe. So like before, we've got a 4-cylinder 1595cc engine, 100 bhp at 6,000 revs, 180B 1770cc with 105 bhp at 6,000 rpm, 4-speed all synchro gearbox, all independent suspension, front McPherson strut, rear semi-trailing arms, front disc brakes, servo assisted dual circuits, And if we go down, it tells us the maximum speed up to 100 miles per hour, the 180B up to 104 miles per hour, typically 30 miles per gallon. And here is this lovely example in blue. Again, I like the styling of these. I love the curves on them. I always say this every time I see these Datsuns, but hideous wheel trims. But let me know if you like the wheel trims. You know, if that's your thing, then great. But I just struggle with them a little bit. Love the chrome front bumpers and overall looking very Japanese. But this time we also got another Bluebird. Yes, the 180B Estate. So let's have a quick look at this text. So this is a 5-door estate car version of the 180B Bluebird. Full width tailgate giving easy access to load platform, which can be extended to 5'5" by folding the rear seat. Rear suspension adapted for better load carrying capacity. Same comfort and interior refinements as the saloon. And of course, because this is the 180B, it's got that larger 1770cc engine, 105 brake horsepower. So that's going to give you a maximum speed of 102, typical MPG around about 27 miles per gallon. And there it is in estate form. And to be honest with you, I think it actually suits being an estate, this particular version of the Bluebird. It looks really good, a lot more practical, of course, and we've got these sort of wing-mounted rear view mirrors on this example. Again, we've got those terrible wheel trims, but other than that, it's a really nice looking car. I wonder if there's any of them still taxed and MOT'd in the UK. I wonder. So there you go, the Datsun Bluebird. One thing I need to do is track down a brochure of that Datsun Violet. I think it's a very interesting and particularly rare car today. Certainly one of those forgotten Datsuns. If you do remember any of these 70s Datsuns, please do jot in the comments. Love reading those, particularly if you actually owned one, or who knows, still do. Thank you for watching today. Please do like and subscribe if you've liked today's episode. It certainly helps the channel grow. Hope you're having a great day. All the best and goodbye.